This is a Bailey Senator of Vermont. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, we have 2 gas bottle tie downs where you can mount 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. You have your pipe work coming from the regulator into the front of the bottle, and it's a reverse thread fitment that goes into the top of the gas bottle itself. On top of the bottle, you've got an open and close valve. The open is gas on and the closed is gas off. On the side of the caravan, you have a water fill, so you've got a key inside the van with a tag on it that you need to open this up, and you have to fill this up manually to be able to use the onboard water tank at the front of the caravan. You've then got a gas connection should you wish to use a gas barbecue on the outside of the caravan. You've then got your wind down leg on either side at the front of the caravan, and they are just there for stabilising the caravan, not lifting the caravan. If you lift the caravan with these, it can potentially damage the floor of the caravan if you did lift the van up. You've then got your water pump connection on the outside of the van. So you've got your 2 tabs there at the bottom that push into the tabs on the side there, and the pump will lock in place with the cap. You then need to put the pickup pipe down inside the ack roll. You need to make sure it's completely down inside the water so it picks the water up and it doesn't suck air instead of water. You've then got your heating and hot water flue cover, which you need to remove if you're igniting anything on gas inside of the caravan. If you try and ignite anything on gas inside of the caravan without this being taken off, it could potentially stop the heater and hot water system from igniting. The motor mover and wheel nuts, will demonstrate the motor mover to you here on site, and also torque wheel nuts to the correct setting before the caravan leaves. You've then got your 2 fridge vents. The fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Behind the top cover, you've also got your gas flue for when you're running the fridge on gas. At the back of the caravan on this side, you've got your shower, external shower. You open this up with the keys that are inside the van, and it'll allow you to use the shower outside of the van, which is what they call a dog shower, essentially. But I mean, if you're coming back from the beach and you need to clean your feet off, then it's another use for it. The back of the van on either side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan again. So they are just there for stabilising the van, like I said, not lifting the caravan. And you would need to just put them down to the ground, like I said, without lifting the van off the ground. Coming down the door side of the caravan, you've got the toilet flush tank here at the back. This will take 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. So you'll open this up and put the 3.5 litres in. Then at the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you'll open up. Green handle at the bottom, you'll lift up and pull the cassette towards you. On top, there'll be a neck you turn out to tip the waste away. And there's a yellow cap on there, which is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. In that cassette, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. You've then got a 3-pin socket, so you can have power coming out of the caravan from the awning, from the caravan to the awning. You've got your battery locker, which in this side here you have your battery locker, and your mains power lead coming in this side also. Last thing at the front here is the wind down leg for stabilising the caravan when you're on site. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. Okay, how the inside works. So when you first come into the caravan, you're going to need to turn on the 12-volt power to allow the 12-volt lighting to work on board the van and the 12-volt power systems. So you'll flick this switch on just here, which turns the charger system on board the caravan on. You've then got your water pump runs, which I'll come back to in a moment, just here, and your voltmeter on the main control panel itself. So to fill the water system up on board the caravan, the first thing you're going to need to do is, if you're filling it direct to the hot water tank, is come over to every tap on board the caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see, I've already filled the water system up here, but you're going to leave all of them taps open on the hot side. So that's the sink and the shower in the bathroom also. You're then going to come underneath this seat on the front right hand side, and you're going to make sure the yellow valve underneath the seat is parallel with the floor. Once that valve is parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system up from the outside water tank. Underneath the front seating area just there is underneath the front cabinet area, sorry, there is an onboard water tank as well. You'd need to fill that in the same way. However, like I said, you do have to fill it manually with a hose straight through that hole in the side of the van. So like I said, you'll open all the taps up on the hot side. You'll then come over to your water pump switch, and you'll need to run the water pump from the external supply to fill the hot water tank. And once that water system is full, you'll have water running out of every tap on board the caravan, as you can see here. Once you have water running out of every tap on the hot side, you can then shut all of the taps back off and the hot water system is full. I'll show you how to fill the water, how to warm the water up in a moment on gas and electric. If you want to run the taps from the onboard water tank, once you've filled it manually, you'd need to put this switch to the internal pump, and that will allow the pump that's in that front locker underneath that front seating area to turn on and run the water system. Like I said, you've got two ways of warming the water on this particular caravan. You've got mains and gas. So below the front seating area on the front right hand side, you've got the option to run mains. So if you're on mains power or connected to power on site, you can turn this water heater on, and that will allow the water system to warm up. There'll be a preset temperature around 35 to 40 degrees of water temperature. If you're on a site without mains hookup, or you want to shower on board the caravan, you'll need to use the gas. To ignite the gas system, you've got this grey dial on the outside here that you spin round to the flame symbol. The green light comes on as a pilot light when the gas system ignites. Like I said, you would need to have that cover off on the outside, so it will fail to ignite in a moment. But if you're on gas, you can actually control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. To isolate the gas supply, you'll spin the dial back to the off position just here, and that will isolate the gas supply to the water heater. So that is your electric and gas water heating. Like I said, green light is your pilot light, and if that stays lit on its own, it means it is ignited on gas. If the red light appears, it means it has failed to ignite on gas. We're going to go to the heating system next. The heating system again is quite straightforward to use. If you're on mains power, you'll need to have the room heater main power switch on just here. As you can see, 230 volt room heater. If you want to turn the heating on electric, you'll need to use this dial, silver dial on the outside, and you can select either 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power coming into the caravan. It will depend on what caravan site you're on. It will depend on how much power you can run depending on what caravan site you're on. So I would advise that you ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday. If you're on a site with 1000 watts, you'll select the 1000 watt mode or the 2000 watt mode. You can then control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre here between 1 and 9. The higher the number is, the hotter the electric heating will be. To turn the heating off, we'll swing it back to the off position in the centre here. You can also run the heater on gas, which is very simple to do as well. So on the right hand side of the heater, you've got this dial here, you'll spin it around between 10 and 9. At that point you'll start to hear the igniter click, and you'll hold down the gas valve, and once it's ignited on gas you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. And once that pilot light is there, I advise you hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the valve. You then check again just to make sure the pilot light is still there. Then you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on gas on the dial on top. To turn the heater off, you'll spin it back to the 0 position here, and it'll isolate the gas supply to the heater. Now around the caravan in various locations you'll see the blown air vents. There's these little white vents down the floor here. To operate these you have this dial on the left hand side. You've got your fan speed for the blown air heating on top here. The dot in the centre here indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol on the left hand side here indicates blown air, which is continuous blown air, which allows the fans to run continuously. Then you've got the option of the A on the right hand side, which is automatic blown air, which means the thermostat will kick in and out with the heater controls on board the caravan, whether that be on gas or the electric heating up on the wall there. Like I said, you've got your fan speed on top. One thing to remember is when you're using the blown air heating, it won't be as hot because it's got to go around the pipework before it comes out of the vent on the caravan. It will cool down slightly as it's going through that pipework. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, with your igniter on the front here, as you'd expect to see. You need to make sure the gas is turned on in the front locker for that to operate. You've then got the fridge. Now if you're on a mains powered site, you'd spin this dial on the left hand side to the plug symbol, and then control the temperature of your fridge on this dial on the right hand side. If you're towing down the road and you've got the right connection on your car, you can actually use the fridge as a cool box to chill the beer and wine. should you wish to. So you can spin this dial to the 12 volt symbol just here. You will have no temperature control when you're using the fridge on cool box mode, as it doesn't operate as a fridge at that point. Like I said, it is just a cool box. You will need to have the right connections on the car for this to work, and you do not need to have the 12 volt power switch on the wall turned on. To operate the fridge on gas, you'll spin the dial to the gas option at the bottom here. You'll see the igniter starting to flash, but you'll need to hold in the temperature valve, a bit like with the heater on the other side, and when it ignites, this light will go solid orange. Once it has gone orange and it's ignited, you'll slowly release the gas valve, and then you'll be able to control the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the front here. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette on the outside of the caravan, you need to make sure the toilet seat is in the central position here. And you also need to make sure the toilet waste flap is back in the position it is now, which is pushed back to the right hand side of the van. To open the toilet waste cassette, when you're using the loo, you need to pull it forward into this position. But like I said, when you are done, you need to make sure you close it back off. One reason being is it stops any smells coming up inside the caravan, but also it allows you to remove that cassette. The last thing on the toilet system is the electric flush on top. Press the button on top here and it will allow you to flush the toilet. So that is the Bailey Senator Vermont. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.